What's up YouTube? Honeybee here, bringing you a new Mortal Kombat video. In this video, I wanted to discuss Khameleon and what makes Khameleon potentially Reptile's best cameo. 200% Reptile's best cameo at that. There's a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about in this video. There's a lot of stuff to cover, and there's a lot of reasons why I think Khameleon might actually be the best cameo for Reptile. So let's talk about some of the comparisons, because one thing that I find that Khameleon does so well is that Khameleon kind of offers what a lot of the other cameos offer, in some situations better, in some situations maybe a little bit worse or comparable. But the fact that Khameleon can offer so many things that other cameos can do, I think can make Khameleon so good for Reptile. So let's start by talking about the overhead. So if we compare Khameleon and Scorpion, one good thing that Scorpion has as a cameo option for Reptile is the fact that he has an overhead. It's a 30 frame overhead. It's safe on block, it leads to full combos, so it's generally pretty reactable, but you know, it's there. Khameleon, on the other hand, when in the Melina disguise, I think that's what it is, when it's in the Melina variant, you have access to an overhead as well. Now Melina's overhead is 18 frames, so it's much faster. It has multiple hits, so it can break armor, but it is punishable. It's minus 17 on block with pushback, meaning sometimes it can be kind of hard to punish. But both overheads, Scorpion, Melina, they lead to full combos. You can get some pretty good damage, so in ways that's comparable, right? Scorpion, you can get invisibility setups. You've seen me do it many times using his fireball stuff to set up invisibility. Melina, she kind of can do that too. It's a little bit trickier, but it's still definitely possible. Sometimes I just find it not to be as useful, but it's technically there, and you can get invisibility setups with Melina. You can get extensions from Scorpion that I've always loved. You do using Reptile's 4-2-4, the low tail whip. You can use that as like a tricky low that kind of gets people. You can get full combos off of that. You can do the same thing with Melina. You can get combos. Her combos don't do as much damage as Scorpion's does for using these same type of moves, but it's still there and it's still very solid. You can get combos off of stand 3 as well with Reptile, and using the Scorpion fireballs you can do the same type of thing with Melina as well. So in ways, Melina variant, I find, for Khameleon kind of covers some of those same things that the Scorpion variant, not the Scorpion variant, but that Scorpion can give. Melina can kind of give those as well. Now obviously the retreating ambush thing that Scorpion has, there's nothing quite like that, but there's like other things as well. So if we look at, for example, Cyrax is a great cameo for Reptile because he gives Reptile the ability to get combos off of his throw mid-screen, and while it is very difficult to land it consistently, it's technically possible. And you know, I've been using a lot of Cyrax as well. I find that, you know, even if the throw combo doesn't necessarily work how you want it to get the full 22%, you can still use Cyrax and use the time. If it doesn't hit exactly as you want, you can use that time to run in and then still pressure your opponent. Now, the Katana variant of Khameleon can kind of offer the same thing that Cyrax does, where you're getting throw combos mid-screen. You can actually get up to about 24% if you use the Katana variant into the Melina variant to extend combos. You can actually get about 24%. Without it, you can get 216. So pretty comparable damage, maybe a little bit better actually for Khameleon. But that's really good. You get that mid-screen, you get it anywhere, right? Also, combos off of death roll. In the corner, Cyrax, you can call Cyrax, you can get combos with that. You have decent ways to even set up invisibility or just get some decent damage. So that's always been a pretty nice plus that Cyrax can offer. Katana, she offers that same thing. You know, you can use the fan lift and you can get full combos as well using Katana off of death roll. Now I will say Katana is using the fan lift, it's tougher, it's more specific for the timing, but I think with practice it's pretty doable. So in ways, Katana is kind of covering some of these same things that Cyrax covers, but remember, Khameleon is also giving you the Melina variant and also giving you the Jade variant, so you're getting a lot more options, I feel, with Khameleon. Another thing that the Katana variant can give is similar to Motaro. The Katana variant can give Reptile spit combos, so you can do a string into spit with Motaro and you can get a full combo using that, and then you can repeat it like twice. You can get like some pretty solid damage. You're hitting 40+%. You can do the same thing with Katana, doing a string into spit into the fan lift so that you can continue. So it's kind of like the same thing there. You're getting both options there. Motaro, you could maybe put an enhanced force ball, teleport to the other side so that you can get some kind of pressure situations going. You can kind of do a similar thing with the Katana fan lift where you can do an enhanced force ball, Katana fan lift in, and you can kind of do the same thing there as well. Now there's also the Jade variant, which is very similar to Sareena, where Sareena throws her Kia blades. You know, from full screen, Reptile doesn't get a whole lot out of it. From full screen, you're probably only getting your death roll, so you're getting, you know, a little bit of damage. If you're a little bit closer to them with Reptile, you can Reptile Sareena, like maybe 60% of the screen or so, then you can follow up for full combos and, you know, you can get some solid damage. But her blades are high attacks. Jade, when you use Jade, you can get, for one thing, a combo from full screen, and it's a mid. So I feel like Jade's glaive is kind of just like a better version of the Kia blade in ways that Sareena offers, with, I guess the main difference for Sareena that makes it good is the fact that she sends them out and then they come back. With Jade, it doesn't really work that way. Like, you can send it out and it'll come back, but if you interrupt, then it won't come back. So Jade doesn't behave exactly the same, but there's definitely similarities there. So I find that with Khameleon, she kind of offers a lot of the benefits that a lot of different cameos can give Reptile, all wrapped into one, with the main drawback being that you're not necessarily always choosing what you have because this cameo is switching every 6 seconds. So it kind of like, you have to be a little bit, maybe a little bit more big-brained in ways, and be a little bit more able to adapt quickly to different cameos and knowing like the situations that you can get. Another thing that is really good as well, that for Reptile, when I was using Shujinko, one of the best things that you got with Shujinko is the ability to do like a poke, like with Reptile's down 4, doing a back cameo with Shujinko. And what that does is you're doing a down 4 and then Shujinko will come out and do a kick. Now you can armor through that, but if you try to poke, you get caught. So it's kind of like this anti-poke thing that you can do. And if you have a good cameo or a good character that you're fighting using Shujinko, let's say even the Reptile Mirror, Shujinko, you can do a down 4 into back Shujinko into force ball, and that's essentially all safe and it can launch. Now you can still kind of do the same thing with Khameleon as well there. You can do a poke into either the Katana fans, get a combo off that, or you can do a poke into the Melina ball roll. If they're pressing a button, like, they're gonna get hit. The only thing is, if you do a poke into like the Jade glaives, that's generally it's a little bit too slow and you could get poked back and then it just won't really do anything for you. So you can also get some of the benefits that Shujinko could provide with Khameleon. So it's really just a matter of being able to quickly think about the seconds, the timer that's going on with Khameleon, and being able to like properly adjust your strategy sometimes in ways of like how you want to approach your opponent. But then it's like you also can get a benefit of like the jade purple glow to get out of like zoning wars and stuff like that, so that can also be pretty beneficial. So essentially I really think Khameleon has all the qualities right now to be Reptile's best Kameo, and this isn't me like just memeing or anything. This is like I've played a fair amount of Khameleon since she came out, like, and I think actually since Khameleon's come out, I've only used Khameleon, and I've been really enjoying Khameleon like as a Kameo for Reptile in this current state of the game. I do think Khameleon is probably the best Kameo for Reptile. I think it's possible that she might get nerfed. I kind of hope she doesn't, but if she does, maybe I'd have to revisit this discussion and see like where I think that puts her and everything. But I think as of this state in the game, she pretty much is the best Kameo, with the only drawback of just having to be constantly switching variations. But that's also somewhat of a positive, because your opponent will also have to continuously be looking at your Kameo stuff and know like what options you have. So, you know, that's just kind of my thoughts when it comes to Reptile and Khameleon. I've been really enjoying Khameleon as a Kameo option, and I really do think she provides a lot for Reptile, and I think it's a lot of fun. Honestly, I think she's a lot of fun. I like the different combo routes you can go for. I like all the different setups that you can use with her, and some of the different options she provides in matches. So definitely, if you're enjoying the content, if you're enjoying the Khameleon, I will be having more of that to come. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and breakdown and examples, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.